Hello there, welcome to this video, and as you can see on your screen right now, I have a text with gradient color on it. Now we have a yellow color right here, a red color right here, and another yellow color right here. And I did everything using my Canva account. Now in this video today, I want to show you two different methods you can use to create any text and add gradient color to it. It doesn't matter whether you are using a free account on Canva or a paid account on Canva. Now I'm going to take you straight to the first step right now and show you how this works. So the first thing you want to do right now is to go back to Canva. You open your Canva account and you want to create a new design. So we're going to go for custom design. The thing is that you can create any size you want. You can use any size for your design depending on what you want to do. All right. So, but in this video, I'm going to use the YouTube thumbnail size. All right. So I'm going to click on this one right now. Now we are on our design timeline right now. What we want to do is to first of all add a text box. Then we are going to type our text. So you click on add heading. You can add any of the text depending on what you want to achieve. So I'm going to click on this one right now. We add our text. So you can drag it, but we're going to adjust that later. So I'm going to type in gradient. So that is what I want to work with. I'm going to change it to. So we are done typing. So I want to change the font because I don't like this font. I want the font to be bolder. So you come over here, you select your text, you come over here. I'm going to go for archival black. So you click on that, then it's going to change the font. So then the next thing I want to do is to adjust the size. I want it to be bigger, but depending on what you want to achieve, you can just resize it based on what you want to design. So I want my own to be bigger right now. So the next I want to do is to come over to elements and search for gradient, right? So I'm going to search for gradient right now. We're not going to be using photo gradient. We're going to be using graphics gradient. This is because we want to change the color. This will allow us to change the color of that gradient depending on the kind of design you are creating. And if you want to select any gradient, don't go for any type of this gradient. Don't go for this one because the color on the other side is very, very transparent and you can't adjust it. So if you want to go for any kind of gradient, you can go for this kind of gradient. You can go for this kind of gradient. This one actually have 3 colors, but I want to go for the one that has 2 columns. So I'm going to select this one. So once you select this, you can actually change the color of your gradient, right? So you can change the color of the gradient depending on your own design. So you click on the gradient, you come over to the color palette, then you can add a custom color. You select any color you want. So I'm going to go for something more deep. So right here. So the second color, I want to add another color. All right. So you select it, come over to the color palette, and then you select your color. So I'm going to go for red. So now we have our 2 colors right here. But if you want a 3-color gradient, you select this one. This one have 3 colors. So as you can see, it has 3 colors. So you can change any of this color based on what you want to do. So now that I have changed the color of the gradient, the next thing I want to do right now is to drag this gradient across the design so that it covers the whole page, right? So if you right click, you won't be able to add it as a background. So what you are going to do is just drag it until it fills up the whole design. All right, so you put this one down, you drag it when you're done. So once you are sure that you are okay with the outline of the gradient, then you can proceed to the next step. But if you want your gradient to be in a horizontal form, so you select your gradient and you can rotate it. All right, so let's look for the rotate button. So let us resize it. So what I mean is that if you want your gradient to be vertical form, so you can just adjust it like this, so it will create a vertical gradient for you. All right, you can just drag it right here, so you can put it. So when you create your gradient, it's going to be like this: one color at the top and one color at the bottom. So but I want to go for a color that will divide the text into 2, like a blue color right here and the red color right here. So once you are done adjusting your gradient, the next thing you want to do is to change the color of our text. So I click on this text, I want to change the color to white. All right, so I'm going to change it to white. Then once we are done with that, the next thing you want to do is to reduce the transparency of the text. All right. So this is actually what will make this thing work on Canva. So you select the text, you change it to white, then you come over to transparency, and you're going to reduce it to something around 40 or below, depending on what you want to achieve, how thick you want that gradient to be. So I'm going to go for something around 33 or 34. Let me go for 35. So once you're done with that, the next thing you want to do right now is to download our design. So you come over to share, then you come over to download. Under download, you're going to select PNG. You select PNG, you don't need anyone here, you don't need to select any of these. So you click on if you want to increase the size, so you can adjust this one to the front. But if you're using a free account, you may not be able to adjust the size. So you click on download and then wait for the document to download. So we downloaded our text right now. So the next thing we want to do is to duplicate this design. We want to duplicate it, then we are going to delete this one. We delete this one, then we upload our new design. What we downloaded, we upload it to Canva, then we want to add it back on this timeline right now. So we click on it. So we have our design right here, so we can adjust it. Let's make it bigger so that we can see what we did. So the next thing I want to do right now is simply to remove the background of this image. So we downloaded it as an image, it is now an image. So we want to remove the background and see what happens next. So you select the image, then you come over to edit photo. So now we have selected edit photo, and we come over to remove background, all right, BG remover. So we're going to wait for the background remover to do its work by removing the background of the image we uploaded. So now we have our gradient. You can see we have our gradient. So what we did is that you create your design, you create your text, you add your gradient, and you download the text as an image, then you upload it back to Canva, then you remove the background, then you have your gradient. Now, as you can see right now, let us change the color of the background of this text, so that it can come out better. So what we did can come out better. You can see right now this gradient comes out better, so you can go ahead and add this to your design right now. But if you have a free account and you want to achieve this on your free account, when you're using a free account, you don't have the liberty of using the background remover on Canva. So what you want to do if you want to remove the background using this first method is to go over to website like remove.bg. So on remove.bg, you can easily upload your photo and remove the background of the photo. Then once you download it, you can then upload it back to Canva. So we are going to put this image, what we did on Canva. So as you can see, we have our image with its background removed from remove.bg. All right, so you can then download it and upload it to your Canva. But the problem with this is that it will reduce the quality of your design. So if you need a pro account, you can just go over to Canva and update your account so that you can use the internal background remover. Now we have used the first method to create our gradient. Now I'm going to take you to the second method you can use to create your gradient even if you have a free Canva account. But before I proceed, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Olale Computer, and what I do on this channel is to speak about digital marketing, website design, affiliate marketing, and how to make money online. So what I do is that I make sure I do my research very well online. I practice everything before I record the video so that you can easily go through them and achieve all these things on your own. Now, if you're watching my video for the very first time, I want you to click on the subscribe button right now and also turn on the bell notification so you won't miss out on my new content. And this basically also motivates me to create more content on this YouTube channel. You can also go ahead to drop your comment below if you find this video very helpful, and also share this video with your friends so that YouTube can easily recommend this video to other people who are looking for a video like this. Now, the second method right now is to go over to our design. We go back to our design and we're going to duplicate this page right now. So after duplicating the page, we're going to delete everything. You put this one back to the white color. Then what you want to do right now is to come over to element. Come over to element and search for alphabet. So under alphabet, you are going to see frames. So we go for frame. So select the frame. Then you will add your text one by one. This method is basically more slower than the first method. So if you don't have a Pro Canva account to remove your background, then you can easily use this method, because this method does not have anything to do with removal of background or anything. So what I'm going to do is to use this frame to type our text. We're going to use it to type our text. So, and if you want to use this thing to type your text, make sure all the letter you are using have the same design, as in the same font. All right, so we're going to go with this kind of design. So we want to type a gradient. So the first thing we want to do is to go for the G. So you reduce it, you reduce the image, you reduce the frame, so that we are going to have gradient. Then we have R. So you reduce the R and make sure the size is the same, because if the size is not the same, your gradient may not achieve what you want it to achieve. Then we have another A. We add another letter, which is A. We want to type gradient. You can see this is much slower than the one we did earlier. So we have our D. Look for D, the same font. So you add it, you reduce it, you adjust the size, make sure it is the same with the rest. So we are going to go for I right now, gradient. So I think this one is it. So go for I. So we have it right here, so we can drag it. Then we are going to go for E. So this is our E right now. We adjust it. Then you drag it, you adjust the size. Then we have what we want to go for next is N, gradient. So we're going for gradient. Then we add our N. So you adjust it as well. Then the last letter we're looking for is T. So we have our gradient correctly spelled. So you add the last letter, then you adjust it. Now we have our letter gradient right now. So you can select and group it, or you may not group it. So you select it, you can increase the size or reduce it depending on what you want to achieve. So after we've written our letter, we've written our word gradient, the next thing you want to do is to come over to element once again and search for gradient, right? So, but this time around, we are not going to be going under graphic, we'll be going for photos, because we can easily add photo to this frame right here. So you are going to select the gradient you want to work with. You can select any of these gradient, but I'm going to work with this one right here. It has one. I'm going to work with this. So as you can see, you can just adjust it and put it on your text. You add another one, drag it to the R, and you add it. You add another one, you add it to the A, you add another one, you add it to the next text. Just drag it and put it. You add another one, you drag it to the I, you add another one, you drag it to the E, to Z. So we add another one, you add it to the N, then we add the last and put it on the T. So we have our gradient using the second method. So this is how you can add gradient color to any of your text on Canva, whether you are using a free account or a pro account. Now, if you find this video very helpful, I want you to click on the subscribe button right now and turn on the bell notification. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends and drop your comment below. Now, thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next video.